Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Khan's Cricket Commentary Corner, where we discuss the latest news in the cricket world with our brilliant cast of commentators. Tonight we have special guest Imran Khan, Prime Minister of Pakistan and former cricket star, on us with Zoom.
इलियास ये क्रिकेट कॉर्नर तो नहीं है, वो तो लास्ट वीक कैंसिल हो गया था।
सच्ची तो ये क्या है?
ये तो प्राइम टाइम है, नॉर्मल प्राइम टाइम है।
Apologies, folks. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to your weekly Khan Primetime, the segment where we dissect world news from an entirely biased angle. I'm your host, Ilyas Khan, saying the things the news media won't, because I'm not a corporate puppet. A quick disclaimer, although some things herein are actual facts, other things are not. If you want real, 100% accurate, down-to-the-letter news, stop letting your grandparents listen to Rush Limbaugh when you're in the room. For our first story tonight, we go to Wuhan, China, where the coronavirus death toll has soared by 50%. But it's not what you think. There hasn't been an uptick in deaths or infections. In fact, China seems to have leveled out. No, what's happening is far more interesting. One could almost say incompetently conspiratorial. You see, China isn't known for being the most open kid on the block. Hell, they don't even have Snapchat. So, for months, theories have swirled about the truth behind the coronavirus. The fact that nobody can get the story straight shows that the government of the People's Republic of China, much like the Romulans of Star Trek, likes keeping secrets, especially about their own incompetence. So when a big old disease comes about and starts axe-myrtling people, and the Chinese government goes bananas trying to stop it, it doesn't look so good on their farmers-only profile. Especially when it took them 3 months to let the UN check on the situation, by which point they already had 40,000 cases. What's interesting about this particular instance of incompetence is that it's really, really dumb. According to them, they essentially didn't count the bodies right. Yep, that's the excuse. As with any good skeptics, our news team didn't buy this, so we did some further digging, pun completely intended. What we found is that at the same time as they announced the 1,290 new fatalities, they also announced the first decline in Chinese economic growth for the first quarter in at least a decade. Coincidence? We think not. I've watched enough Star Trek to know that when a Romulan is lying, Yes, that makes sense. That's a sensible thing. Who wrote this script? And this Romulan is definitely lying. It's obvious what's happening here. China screwed up big time in 2 ways. First, they failed to do a proper body count. Then, they forgot that they donked up their own economy as they were forcing ethnic minorities to do slave labor and committing human rights atrocities under the guise of controlling a virus. Now, they think that if they take 2 of their big fumbles and stick them next to each other, one will look worse than the other, and maybe people won't pay attention to both. Sorry, China. They saw right through it. Ka-chow! Detective numero uno, right here. Next thing tonight, we go to Brazil, where the coronavirus has taken root. Brazil currently has the highest number of cases and fatalities of any South American nation. Why, you may ask? Because their president, Jair Bolsonaro, is an idiot. That's right, their president is downright stupid. In case you don't know who Jair Bolsonaro is the far-right president of Brazil. He was elected in 2019 during a runoff election with the main left-wing candidate on policies that to any sane person seem like completely nuts. much like the ideas of our dubious dictator here in the USA. They're doing a little bit of a copy-pasting. There's some plagiarism going on here. Keep your eyes out. One of Bolsonaro's main policy points was his plan to get rid of crime, requiring a militarization of the police. This included giving almost free rein to kill pretty much whoever, as long as you're a policeman and you say you were doing it for a good reason. Sound familiar? He's also flagrantly anti-gay, anti-abortion, a blatant racist, and clearly capable for burning down thousands of acres of the Amazon rainforest. And now, he's waltzing through the streets of Brazil telling people that coronavirus is not a threat. No, he's right. Coronavirus is not a threat. Compared to Bolsonaro, coronavirus is like the common cold versus the Black Death. Which is why I'm asking you all, if you see a post by Jair Bolsonaro on social media touting false information about coronavirus, please report it. You are quite literally saving lives. Finally tonight, our majestic monarch, Donald Trump Regina, has demanded that the states of Virginia, Minnesota, and Michigan be liberated. Now, while some people say what he means is that he wants them to ease their corona quarantines, our newsroom never just gives you the easy interpretation. No, we read really deeply into his tweet and found several potential meanings behind them. Now, we'd like to share some of these with you. First, Trump believes that these states have been conquered by a foreign power, most likely the evil terrorist organization known as SANITY, or Sanity. Or, second, Trump is inciting his supporters to rally against the Democratic governors of those three states, where protests have been ongoing for several days over the lockdown. But that can't be true. I mean, he didn't call out Ohio and Utah, where similar protests have been happening, and they totally don't have Republican governors. Totally. Don't look it up. I said not to. Why are you doing it? I said their governors are definitely Democrats. Yes. 100% all Democrats. Don't believe the R under their names. It's fake news. Finally, third, Trump secretly wants these states to secede from the Union for some reason. Now, we can't decide which of these it is, so we're asking for you, yes, you, the viewer's opinion. Is it 1, Minnesota, Michigan, and Virginia have been conquered by a malevolent force? 2, Trump is trying to turn citizens against their Democratic governors? Or 3, Trump wants these states to secede from the Union for whatever reason? We can't figure it out, so maybe you can. Let us know in the comments. Now, before we go, we just wanted to say that next week is Earth Week. Yes, that's right. There is an entire week devoted to the planet on which we live. I know. Shocking. But Earth Week isn't just a time to scream at our politicians over Zoom calls or take funny screenshots of activist freeze frames on the Youth Climate Strike live stream, both of which are things I will take immense pleasure in doing. No, Earth Week is a time to take action. For the many of you who either have never done anything climate related or have and want to do more, this coming week we're asking you personally to take action. Strike, join a live stream, lobby, just do something. In honor of the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, we want you to take even a few minutes out of your day to just find something to do to help our environment. In the description below, we have some links and accounts that you can check out just to get started. And as a special prize to all of y'all dedicated viewers, we're doing a special episode dedicated solely to climate on the 22nd. So be sure to tune in, and we'll see you next week on Primetime.